even though they did lose it. Had some really good positioning on that Casio. The problem is, you haven't really upset the apple cart against T1 at all. You're trusting your own. He could play one every day for a year, taking a month worth of holiday. As we see a massive engage down towards the bottom side. JoJo having to flash away the pillar, not catching him out on the wrong side. But with a flash chomp, Oner will get it. Takes a tower shot though as Tatu looks for the trade. Will get a 1-for-1. Keria trying to retreat. A Noxious Blast catches him out as Are You low on mana, can't land the Twin Fangs. But Tatu follows up for the double.
Huge play there.
He's going to go back and get himself a pickaxe and another longsword. So just the phage coming out from Oner.
Yeah, so Oner will be set back a little bit, and here comes Keria just swooping into the bot lane.
Are You has to flash, but Keria, Precision Protocol into a Dark Sphere is enough. I think Are You just
sacrificing his own life, and we're going to come out to another fight.
Doran getting hit here by Tatu in the flash in from Guigo, enough to get Tatu on a killing spree on this Lee Sin. 3-0 now, being top beam about 5 seconds ahead of his support, has started up the Drake. Keria spotted out with a Noxious Blast, Twin Fangs starting to put their venom into the back of that Camille support, who jumps away. The miasma grounding, not quite there in time, but he's got no flash and no place to go, nowhere to call home, as Keria feels the sting of the Twin Fangs.
This is another one of those games for T1, I feel like. Every time, I'm going to generalize a little bit here, Medius.
Wow, I know we both miss him, man, but come on.
Yeah. He's not even going to watch this series.
No,
like, he's just, I hate him. So, Oner going for a dive up top.
Subjugate here is going to do a huge amount of work. Guigo tries with the decimating smash, but gets knocked out of it. Great play by T1, perfectly executed.
I think the point I was making before is JoJo's actually looking to maybe contest this as a level 4 rel because Tatu is on a cliff. So Tatu would love to fight.
Tatu goes in. JoJo here as well. TP from Guigo as well as Keria looks for it. The shockwave's going to land on 2 though, and you just can't give Faker this Orianna. The shockwave pulls them back, and Peyz secures the second. Guigo now in for a world of hurt. He's in the belly of the beast, and he can't find a way out. A double for Peyz as T1 assert their dominance into the Sign, into the Lee, into the Rise. All of them going to have those shields as Keria dashes away from Tatu, who once again can't find purchase on that Camille. Peyz has to flash away from the Noxious Blast. Tatu goes in with the Dragon's Kick, knocks Keria back, who flashes the wall. Tatu's trying to flash the chase. Oner there to try and protect his support, but he can't do it. And now Oner's on the wrong side of the wall, and those fangs are sinking in. Are You takes it 2-0 in favor of FURIA.
FURIA's got hands for now and for the foreseeable future because he's already this good, and he's still 20 years old. That Rookie of the Year was last year. In the LTA South before they renamed back to the CB LOL. And even in situations like this where the team isn't doing amazingly, he's probably not even that happy about this game because he died kind of corralled under this turret. T1's threatening a dive. If they get a stun or have the right angle, they would go for it.
Yeah, Shockwave was used on Tutsz there. Takes him down to about half HP, but doesn't find as much of an advantage as T1 wanted. FURIA will all back away. Other than with effective health bars, as Doran is able to take that from those kills, but a lot more from the minions and from those tower plates. And now with that first turret complete, Rift Herald is on the map, and I feel like where T1 want to form the next battle lines as JoJo goes forward, crashes down, does get a good 2-man stun. Dragon's Rage kick lands a double knockup, but there's no one here to follow up really for FURIA. Tatu jumps back in, Pillar comes out, Unstoppable Onslaught onto the backline, but the rest of FURIA just can't get into the fight. Guigo is done for, so deep in, FURIA have to retreat as T1 take 2 more.
Another bunch of turret gold will go over to Doran after the fight as well.
Just getting a little bit caught out. The willingness of Keria and Oner just to immediately go in for the engage as well.
Absolutely, and once JoJo's down, it's probably time to...
That's a possibility, but then you only have 2 damage sources, or 2 big damage sources as opposed to the 3 that you do really like. FURIA not going to contest the Dragon, which means we don't have to see that Rift Herald play for the pressure in any of the lanes. T1 will just secure it. Their first Dragon of the game. A long way before we see the Soul, and I doubt we'll get to that point of the game if we continue on this trajectory. Deep socket wrench ready to go for this situation, you know? So the Realm Warp comes in from Tutsz, and Keria and Faker force him away. Rift Herald has been channeled as we see a good kick back onto Doran. Decimating Smash not going to connect with the knockup at least, and Oner is coming in from the side, and now with the pillar, Doran able to walk away. Peyz charging in, the Herald gets rid of the Decimating Smash. Tatu down to half HP. Guigo the same as he flashes away the Unleashed Power. Won't be enough to kill him off. Tutsz still looking for more as Oner almost eats an overload. T1 forced to be slightly more on the...
Yeah. A major item.
A major item,
which I think is termed... If I'm wrong, I'm going to get ripped apart here. So I hope chat is spamming the correct name for this. As they're going for Keria, actually.
Yeah, but Keria sidestep's good enough just to walk away from this. Not much for Furia to play around as the shockwave goes down. Faker trying to chase out Tutsz. Good flash and kick back onto Peyz, and with the fangs coming in, Peyz will fall. Tatu trying to survive, but Keria and Oner take him out. A 1-for-1 exchange. Guigo does use his teleport.
Right there into the Casio. Time is pushing bot lane and lining his wallet with even more gold.
I thought he was done for. I thought he was dead, but the subjugate, the spirit visage, so much healing.
Right before this fight, I was looking to see if anyone on the side of Furia had any type of healing reduction, because if the Trundle with the spirit visage is able to ult the Scion, he's nearly unkillable. And that was actually what happened. It was 4, maybe 5 members of Furia wailing on him, and they still couldn't kill him through the healing from that Scion subjugate he had. So that really hurts Furia.
Because into this game, and they saw the window, they jumped through it. They landed safely, but without the prize that they were looking for, as Keria goes with a flash onto Tutsz here. Oner there as well with a shockwave across the wall. Tutsz is going to flash the wall, but the ignite enough to kill him. Alongside that subjugate, and now Tatu, JoJo, and IU are on the run. When to find these picks. They know when to back away from a play. They understand, hey, we can take this fight a little bit slower, because as soon as the subjugate's used, we do need to get out, and we'll position in a way that allows us to get our tank out. They do still make mistakes, obviously, and they've made quite a few this game, but they don't go down without a fight.
They really don't.
Because up will be T1's third. Ocean Soul on the horizon now. The LCK number 2 seed as JoJo steps forward. The heal comes out, but look at the damage from T1. Shockwave and unleashed power enough. It's a story to listen to, isn't it, you fan dude?
T1 is the greatest team of all time, though. There's no shame in this.
They really are. Oner steps forward. Flash shockwave from Oner. The Magnet Storm catches him out for now. Tatu tries to dodge away and will manage to survive to fight another day. All of Furia get out of the flash shockwave combination.
Wow, nobody dies, but it does not stop this T1 push. With the grubs, everyone up here has to run back to base, so T1 is able to completely break open the base.
Getting that inhibitor down is huge for them, gives them that mid lane prior always, and allows them now to look towards that Baron. If that is their key objective. TP coming behind. Guigo. Unstoppable available. Tatu forced to dash away with the safeguard. JoJo being kept at bay by Peyz, and Guigo's in the middle of 4 right now. Needs the rest of his team really to be able to catch up. Keria dives in with a Hexagon ultimatum. Guigo down to half HP. Tutsz getting forced away by the enemy support, and Oner's there to help out his bot lane. Faker kills Guigo, and in the end, it was try and try again for Furia, but T1 were having none of it.
The team fight spacing there for T1 was very nice, as Peyz just easily escapes the clutches of JoJo.
If they had a little bit more damage, it would be enough, as Keria does fall. Faker's going to TP, and it's all on Tatu and IU to try and defend, but I think that hope has long since passed. A 12,000 gold lead. T1 don't even need the Baron to close it out. Tatu comes out, hits the Sonic Wave onto Faker. IU gets locked against the pillar, and a good double dodge of the Petrifying Gaze. Still some damage coming out from IU, but Oner very happy to tank it up. T1 looking for the kills on the fountain. They'll take Tatu. There's crowd control for him. And alongside that, you have great burst, especially from bot side and from mid. Oner, he has a lot of options this game.
Yeah, they're not particularly...
But people do it anyway.
It's true. It's more to deny the other team from getting the grubs.
Final spike onto RU. He's going to flash away from the Galaxy. And Oner now needs to flag and drag. But with the TP behind him, Furia with the World Ender. Tatu looking to clip Oner's wings and will do so. T1 make an aggressive move, and Furia very willing to pounce.
Okay, I mean, and he's got the grubs. So he's got experience for himself for that level 7 versus level 6 collapse. But they should be able to get the Drake as well. Will be a little tricky. IU is in base, so Keria Peyz are going to think about fighting this.
Faker trying to step forward, flashes away from the Spirit Rush and the Charm. JoJo forcing Keria away, but Tatu is able to take that Drake, uses the Blast Cone. Now Faker without flash in the mid lane could be susceptible to a gank. Oner standing in the wings means that this tower is pretty much forfeit for Furia. T1 still doing what they want to do. A minor blip as Oner looks to make JoJo a bit of a minor blip on the chart of this game as well. A small increase in gold, but instead he just backs away. Call of the Forge God from Guigo. We'll get the knock-up, looking for the Brittle as well, but with the Flame Spitter coming out, he has to flash away. Doran just dies to the tower! I think he had vision on Tatu coming around the corner and knew there was no way out for him.
So he just makes sure to not give over any additional assist gold.
Yeah.
Technically saves money, really, if you think about it. Doran math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Wow. The light binding coming out immediately. Snapchat there as well. Tatu. Ooh. Still the ace in the hole will get vision. I thought perhaps he would have escaped, but the ace in the hole from Peyz chases him. It's Doran math like
Considering
Guy
the champion and the player that Peyz is, not good for FURIA.
No, it's also in his name. He always gets Peyzed. So he's going to dodge to the side of JoJo here. Heal has to be used. It's a 4v2. Final spark clips his heels, and now Tatu needs to deal with Oner. Tutsz trying to go in with the Spirit Rush. Will get one and manages to get away with the second charge. Wild Ender out from Tatu, running away from his teammates, though, as perhaps he can dash across the wall in time. Dark Englaive. The Q3. Does he have the Umbro dash he manages? Just in time.
Okay, could have actually been a lot worse for FURIA there. Is doing a lot more damage than they'd expect so far. No way to dodge. Perfectly angled Lux ultimate right there up against the wall. And then they actually end up, watch how low they get him here. And I'm trying to pay attention to Faker.
They facilitate him to get so far ahead in the game as the Call of the Forge God is invested.
No flash.
Keria with a light binding, as you say, no flash, and there's the follow-up true shot barrage. Straight through Keria's heart, dies for the second time this game.
Nicely played there by FURIA, keeping this game close. They also do have the one Drake. If only Peyz wasn't connected via mouse and keyboard to this game, they'd have a much higher chance of winning. But, I mean, because they've killed Keria, they're going to get their second Drake here.
And the gold lead between IU and Peyz does shrink. And it's down to only 1.3k as Tutsz forced out by Tibbers and co. And we'll continue to chase. Faker flashes the Incinerate, not
really
quite
difficult to move off of space because the Rumble Annie can't really threaten him with burst, and I don't feel like the Caitlyn has that level of damage yet.
Yeah, no armor penetration on the Caitlyn either as Shirelius comes out. Faker looking for the chase. Arcane shift away from IU. 4,000 on the Herald, down to 2. Equalizer on the backline. The final spark there for the follow-up, and it's Oner who manages to secure the Herald, and now FURIA are running for the hills. Guigo having to flash the wall as T1 are able to force the CB LOL off that turret immediately. Put the Rift Herald down, look for the charge in. Still, we've got a Drake up in 2 minutes, and FURIA still have ways back into this game.
Probably breaking this mid turret right now, though, which is just going to be so good for T1. Such a clutch smite there by Oner, taking it and not falling. So Peyz just going to continue to try and sell back foot as Tatu is looking top lane onto Faker.
Tatu's on his way across, as you say. Tutsz going in with the Spirit Rush. Tibbers doesn't connect. Spirit Rush away from it. Tutsz, the charm, the flash away. TP coming in as T1 try to defend. Their enigmatic mid laner, Equalizer down, flash. Flame Spitter are not enough, but the final spark again won't quite take him. It's the upgraded Chainmail Slicers. A far side alteration finds the ace and the RE in the hole. A Cataclysm down from Oner as JoJo tries to get out with the Mikhails. The heal not enough. JoJo goes down, a double in the end for Peyz. From mid to top, back to mid.
Faker up top lane, burns flash alt. Doran burns flash alt. Keria burns alt. What does Peyz do? Press R. 300 gold. Congratulations.
He also pressed his fast set alteration.
True.
It could have been Doran's
himself. But it would have looked cool.
It would have looked throughout his career, if I remember the numbers correctly, is the Call of the Forge God praying
Did he just
to the gods to try and find their mark, but Doran with the fancy feet just dodges to the side. It's Doran! He survives the scrap shield in the end. He will fall, but Doran delays and delays. Those health bars, they'll pull off even further. Tutsz goes in, there's the charm, dodges away with the Spirit Rush 2. Tempered Fate goes between the uprights, but Guigo goes forward, Peyz backing away. And now with the Equalizer dying, the battle lines have been drawn. Oner jumps over them. The Call of the Forge God coming out as well as Guigo is so low. Oner down to half HP. A magical journey out for Guigo gets him to safety, but the re-engage from Oner is enough onto Tutsz. Tatu having to dash across the wall as well, but Peyz is flashing forward as he wants more blood for the Blood God. In the end, T1 will just take 2. They'll take the Baron alongside it, which they started up to start the fight. JoJo might look for something special across the wall, but IU being kept at bay by Peyz and Keria. Magical journey into the light binding as Peyz hits the build over Peacemaker, and peace has been made. An ace in the hole blocked by IU.
Here for T1 to start that Baron.
Yeah, I think the only way FURIA can really win out there is by being 5,000 gold further into this game, right? Like if their damage sticks a little bit more, if Guigo is a little tankier, perhaps it's enough, but now T1 with this Red Bull Baron power play are pushing up through the bottom lane. Oner trying to make sure that FURIA don't have 2 lanes to play through, because Tutsz is currently playing through 2 of them. Cosmic Binding as he cataclysms, but with a flang and drag, he should be able to get to his defensive line. Tempered Fate out, Tutsz coming across as well. T1, so a few little skirmishes as the charm doesn't connect. Teleport out as well as Tutsz dashes across the wall, but Tatu is done for. Doran stepping forward onto IU. Won't be able to take the kill, but a final spark, the final breath that IU breathes. As FURIA, they thought they'd found Oner, but the rest of T1 are just always there to respond.
They definitely got to try something, but Oner was just able to buy so much time. And against T1, every second counts. So Peyz also went for a little bit of extra gold. We'll see if he can get out of this one.
I'm pretty sure he's going to.
He's going to walk away.
There's the Brittle. A little bit of a slow, but the Cosmic Binding already used to stop the rest of T1 getting here as quickly as they could. Light Binding wide, but Peyz's damage is absolutely absurd. 3 items complete with the Phantom Dancer, Hex Optics, and the IE. Now can back away. They've broken the inhibitor line. It's a 7K.
Last Whisper now. Potentially soul point for FURIA if they can kill this fast enough. But Oner would be able to just fly in with his Cataclysm. Peyz is the man to watch.
Traps going down. As you say, Peyz the man to watch on the back line. Equalizer on that front line. Forcing Guigo away. Good smite from Tatu. Will secure it. Charm onto Oner, but already Guigo is just burned to a crisp. JoJo takes the kill, but T1 now can step up as 4. They'll chase the bot lane of FURIA down towards their usual home, and they will make it into a tomb. JoJo able to escape. IU does not do the same. An ace in the hole for JoJo. No stand to save him as T1 clean up the fight.
I mean, Peyz gets the 2 auto attacks onto JoJo, says, I'm going to put you away, deal with you later. Walks up the lane, finishes off the Ezreal. Ults the Bard in the back, picks up both kills for himself, and they might just walk it in.
And although FURIA have shown signs of life at this series, you've got to do more than that to take a game off the champs. T1 just ripping through the base of FURIA. Tutsz and Tatu back up for what would be a final stand, but so far their final stands perhaps like than the rest. Call of the Forge God coming in. They'll look for Keria, Faker, and Peyz. They land the knock of a Molten Shield onto Peyz. But Guigo is just by himself, man. JoJo trying to chase up with the Tempered Fate. Guigo now having to retreat. The Equalizer on the backline as well, forcing FURIA away. And even with the Charm landing onto Oner, Baker has had enough of this game. Flash Tibbers onto JoJo. He'll flash away. Peyz goes legendary. Add 1 more to his name. As Tutsz, IU, and Tatu can do nothing while T1 push through bot side.
That would have been the pentakill angle, but Doran took the kill on the Bard. So now I feel like they're just going to use the Super Minion wave and try and end the game.
Keria flashing forward with that Lucent Singularity. Peyz tanking the tower, because why not? You might as well. The second Nexus tower should be pretty done for. Raised to the ground by T1. As although FURIA raised the hopes of the CB LoL for a little while, T1 put them back into the ground. A 10K lead in 29 minutes. T1 will take us to match point.
Peyz
Make sure that he can't get his Siphoning Strike stacks up. And if you are denying him those, that is a huge amount of his damage gone. Do have to be aware of the Wither. A massive slow at neutral objective as we have a bit of a flank here onto IU and JoJo.
They're on their own.
Yeah, Oner on the way. Peyz stepping forward. Keria with the tank handshake. Has the bailout still. Will put it on himself. Trying to come back. Won't come back in time. First blood over to FURIA. They'll get a ton of damage onto Oner as well, but IU did fall. And JoJo doesn't have enough in the tank to take down that Vi.
Advantage FURIA.
On his way across. I feel a Weaver's Wall and a dive is about to materialize.
Yeah, they're thinking about it, but I mean, Tutsz is behind them waiting for the counter gank, and Nasus is kind of waiting to counter.
There's the Weaver's Wall. Good double beat drop. Handshake onto IU. Keria goes into the bailout, but they don't get him back in time, so IU makes it a 1-for-1 so far. Tutsz coming in from the side as well. Goes between worlds, and Faker is on the wrong side of that tower. FURIA get 2-for-1 on the bottom side.
Plus 12 at the end there for Tatu.
Just attacking and dancing a lot quicker.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for all this in FURIA is the fact that Senna's CS is getting doubled right now.
Yeah. Keria, though, caught out. Does still have flash here. Fate's call. Just in.
Here's what T1's doing.
Second strike going out. Oner should have the smite. Gets it between worlds. We go. Guigo, though, with the Gnar, knocks back Keria. Keria still has that flash. The Dawning Shadow flashed away from Oner, dies. in the midst of Furia. T1 still have a 4v4 here. The center's still down in that bottom lane, but a good wallop onto Doran. The bailout on him as well, but there's no one low enough for Doran to be brought back to life. Peyz gonna fall to a beat drop. And now the chase perhaps continues as Tutsz flashes the wall and sends Keria to the afterlife. T1 overextend.
But he's gonna keep walking at you with the heals from the Senna Seraphim that are gonna be coming in from behind.
Tatu jumps across the wall, Keria there. No flash here, but they do have the Fate's Call. They'll use it early. Manages to land the handshake onto the backline. Dawning Shadow on Guigo, not enough. Tatu flashes over the hostile takeover, still gets the siphoning strike. There's the beast dropping around him. T1 are dropping like flies. Peyz only has cleanse. No flash for him as they turn their attentions over to JoJo. Peyz able to dance out of the back of it and cleanses away the Wither, and now with the Ren, the Nasus has been felled. T1 turn around the topside fight.
Wow, that was looking the way Peyz is able to keep
the celestial opposition off of Keria. Tatu has that siphoning strike, has the smite. Faker goes in with the Weaver's Wall. Between worlds goes one. Oner dives forward with the Bolt Breaker and still manages to find the smite and then flashes out.
But this is really, you're channeling everything through him. They have to send a Seraphine. He needs to walk in front of them and just try and move up here. But there's a lot of CC and burst that he's got to be respectful of. Looking for a fight here.
Oner just holding on to that Bolt Breaker. Doran on the top side, though, isolated by Tutsz. Dodges away from the chain of corruption. Cease and desist from Oner, but now he's in the middle of the enemy team as Tutsz is getting chased out by Doran, but he dashes. And with the Dawning Shadow, even the bailout can't save you. The economics of that fight entirely
Whole squad there. Nasus will be able to run through you. Did a lot of work on the outside of the fight, but just couldn't quite get past. From gold deficits, T1 is the greatest team fighting team.
In the back of the pit, and you can see Oner coming in from the bottom side as well. Chain of corruption available. Good damage from the weirding from Tutsz. Fate's Call used as well. The Weaver's Wall will split Furia in two, but a great between worlds as they dive forward. The encore, though, doing a huge amount of work as Ayu's able to kill off Keria. Tatu trying to open up on Oner, but with Doran there, Tatu can't stay close enough. Guigo comes alive and finds a kill. And now it's all on Tatu and Tutsz. The flash away is not going to be enough to save T1. Doran, though, turning it around. The Gnar, the wallop, Faker in from the side. Dreaded volley, not enough. Faker, the Drake is on Furia's side, and Faker, with the flash, gets out alive and now perhaps decides to come back in. He'll look for a steal, a threaded volley perhaps across the wall. I think it's not going to be enough. He went for the seismic shove. One more auto from the Dragon would have been enough. 1,600 gold between the two teams. 1.7k lead for Peyz, but Tutsz on this Aurora 5-1-5 as the tower goes down in the mid lane, and Ayu's a little bit too deep. Oner dives in on the back line though with the between worlds. Tutsz is doing a lot of work. Faker has no flash from that last fight, and here comes the cane. Tatu takes him. Doran and Peyz answer with one in response. In the end, also has a TP of his own. Peyz steps forward. Fate's Call, they'll dive onto Ayu again. The charm through the encore still finds onto Peyz. Tutsz did TP in. Tatu is low, and that ultimate about to expire. Fury of the stands. Well, Fury for Furia, it seems, as T1 close in on the fight, and Peyz continues to dance on the graves of his enemies.
That handshake over the wall from Keria as Guigo tried to finish off Peyz. Peyz is just dancing on them with this Callista now. 8, 2, and 6. Desperation time for Furia.
Tutsz looking for anything he can find. That Baron already down to 7k. Peyz not even there. Makes the possibility of a steal a little bit easier, but I don't think they're going to be able to find it. He waited till it was much lower than 1.4k to land the smite. 800 I saw on it. T1 will secure
just in case you do manage to get in range to wither him.
Yeah, dude's already got cleanse as well, so it's you wither him twice in a team fight, he is still getting out of there. Drake secure for T1, a Weaver's Wall coming out from Faker as he looks to separate Furia from this tier 2 in the bottom side, but Furia will be able to step forward and try and fight around it. It has not been clean from T1. Furia have made them fight for every step in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, T1 knew exactly what they wanted to do this game. They wanted to consistently dive bot lane. The dives were a little messy, but crucially, Peyz kept getting the kills. Yeah. And with Peyz now having this massive item gap in the game, he's really pushing the pressure.
He's so accelerated, and you can see like the center sitting at 57 stacks.
Yeah.
Like, he's so far behind where he wants to be in terms of state of the game. As Tutsz tries to step forward, is caught by the chain of corruption and has to flash away between worlds. He goes, does survive. Encore and bailout exchange on either side, but Peyz begins to step forward. Slammed against the wall. Peyz is down. Peyz is down. A good flash out from Oner, but he's still taken, and it has not been clean. And FURIA are here to clean up. Faker flashes the wall, but you've got 4 members of FURIA hoping that you fall. They'll make it sure. FURIA with an ace.
And there goes
Continuing.
the resilience.
And look for this tier 2. It's Tutsz and JoJo on the defense, and they'll clear out the way pretty sharpish. Tutsz already has 3 items complete. 7-2-7 on this Aurora. Obviously, a lot of our focus has been on Tatu. But for bailout. Drake begun. Guigo going to pull it down towards the bottom side, stacking up his Narbar on it. Beat drop from JoJo, doesn't connect onto Keria, who's trying to sidestep, and there's the face call being used. The Weaver's Wall for a separation. Bolt Breaker and cease and desist across the wall here by Oner, and T1 have done a great job of making sure FURIA can't all group up, but here come the dogs. Tatu on the chase, onto Doran. A bailout on him won't bring him back. There's no one low enough for him to get the assist on. Peyz now stepping forward. The dive in from Guigo. Peyz with the cleanse with a second. Oner there as well with the Guardian Angel on his shoulders will help keep Peyz alive. So close to 1-for-1.
1-for-1, but T1's very low. I was wondering if they're going to start that Cloud Drake, but they're not going to with the TP coming back in. They're going to try and jump on him, though.
But it's Tutsz. He has flashed the seismic shove. Doesn't connect the flash away. Weirding dashed away with the Vault Breaker. FURIA will claim their prize. The Drake is theirs.
They'll live to fight at least one more Drake, as this game is very tense.
It's even.
It is.
We are 30 minutes in, and FURIA are holding the world champions.
They must, and surely they outscale. Like, the Senna has 3 items now, Hex Optics. The Seraphine scaling is insane. Frozen Heart completed by Tatu against double 80 carries, 700 stacks. Peyz did just complete yet another item. And I think the biggest thing that matters, I can list out all the champions, I can list out all the items, it's the nameplates. It's the fact that T1 has Oner, Faker, Keria, back-to-back-to-back world champions, and the most clutch team in League of Legends history. Let's see what they can do around this Baron.
Faker gets the seismic shove. There's the cease and desist immediately as well as Tutsz tries to get out, but he's dead before he can dash away with that ultimate. And with another seismic shove, the red secured for T1. It's only the mid laner down. T1 previously in this game have been tentative around starting the Baron because the enemy jungler was up, or in this series at least, but Tatu doesn't have any easy access into this pit. No blast cone for him.
That's so much of FURIA's damage, so T1's just going to keep sitting on this Baron until FURIA has to walk into them.
There's a blast cone there for him now. It looks like FURIA, though, have given it up. They'll say, okay, you can have the Baron.
You just give away the game if you walk into them there. There's no way that they can do it.
The gold lead, inconsequential, like 2,000 across 5 players. It's 400 each. It's an extra longsword as Oner does step up. Tatu looking to try and control his own jungle, goes in with the oracles, and we'll just clear out some of this vision. No camps for him to find. Steps forward once again. Not yet level 16. He's about a minion away from it as a beat drop from JoJo doesn't find its mark. T1 will take the tier 2 on the top side. The Weaver's Wall just fortunate for FURIA that they got on the right side of that, because whoever had been in the jungle side would have been caught out. FURIA now need to path down towards this mid lane to make sure that this turret doesn't fall either. The Red Bull bound power play, 2K so far as Tutsz looks for the engage onto Keria, but remember, Fate's call can always pull Keria out of a tricky situation. T1 and T1 on the other side have been messy.
How many games have we seen already this MSI where we think, T1, they might lose this one before they clutch up and win it. TP's way down bot lane, and T1 just pushes up the front door.
In shadow there for the shield as well. They'll turn onto Oner. A 3-man charm immediately. Mercurialed away by Peyz. FURIA will lose their inhibitor. Guigo almost had the flank position. Tutsz does. He's spotted. The Gnar back onto Faker, but now Guigo's behind enemy lines. A good hostile takeover as Faker's able to survive. Tatu exhausted. Shoved back with the seismic shove. And just like that, T1 flipped the switch. They flipped the story from what can FURIA do to will T1 allow it. A handshake is all FURIA will get. out of this MSI as T1 are done. 3-0 on the day. Not as clean as they'd like, but still they remain victorious.